Okay, so with about 7 days until the release of the full game, here is where we're at. So this week I've been feeling a bit more of the pressure. I've been able to finish up the rest of the combat action images, and I've been able to make all of the unique combat actions. This was something I felt was really needed with combat, because what happened before, it was simply you had combat actions and they would modify damage and hit chance, and that was it. Now you've got combat actions that can, for example, ignore 3 points of armor, combat actions that deal pure balance damage in order to get your enemy off balance so that you can then hit them with a better attack next turn, and so on and so forth. So I've made pretty much all those images now, and I'm just about linked all of those up, and I'm really happy with that, which is good. I have been feeling the pressure though, and so with 7 days to go, it really is the I guess the thoughts of just right. Well, what do we actually need to do? So in this instance, really, it's going to be coming down to playtesting. And I think for me at least, I'm just purely going to be focusing on just, sitting down with a pen and paper to the right of me and just playing through as much of the game as possible and jotting down as many notes in terms of things that either aren't working, things that could be improved, and so on and so forth. And just trying to get, I guess, as much stuff down as possible until I feel that I'm at a point where I can then go and implement all that stuff. Now, what's really useful as well is just having cursor to be able to use, because that just basically means that, let's say I have 7 or 8 improvements and let's say 6 of them are code related, as long as I can effectively put together some sort of prompt, whether I speak it or whether I get AI to generate it, I can give that to cursor and it can work away at that while I generate the next prompt. And so I can basically just have lots of things loaded up in the background, raring to go. So that's really, really encouraging. Now, really, the plan will be is that after I release the full game, and for reference, the full game is going to be released on the 28th of Feb. Likelihood is for the next 7 days afterwards, I'm going to continue play testing the game. I'm going to continue playing the game just to see if there's anything that I've missed out, if there's anything that can be better refined. If I'm completely honest, I'm not going to be spending too much more time on Scarred Steel. For me, I see it as a first project, and again, likelihood is I'll give it a bit more time, but whatever happens with it is what happens. I'm probably not going to keep coming back to it because I think I just want to see the first project and then I want to move on to the next project. I've already had ideas for the second game, which I'll obviously be able to talk about in the upcoming devlogs as well. And funnily enough, the next devlog will probably be me sat here basically saying that the full game is officially live and available to play and buy. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So moving on to what we're going to basically be focusing on, I guess, for the rest of this weekend and the upcoming week. Yeah, pretty much what I said, right? I'm going to be playtesting. I might be able to share the full game with a few people to try and get some feedback on just the kingdom scene aspect of things. I need to figure out how to make the map look a lot better in terms of quality because it's quite big and stretched out. I've got that on my Trello list in terms of things to do, so I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll give myself a day to do that. But other than that, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think just trying to get things done, but a lot of it is simply me being sat here going, well, I don't really know what I don't know. So I think I'm just simply going to try and play test as much as possible, and jot down all the small little things. I mean, yesterday I literally just realized that when you're on the kingdom map, there's no, I guess, visual tracker to show you, you know, how you're progressing on each council member story. And I just thought, damn, that is probably the most important thing for people to be able to know when they're in the kingdom scene, right? And so I'm realizing that a lot of stuff to me, which seems like, oh yeah, that would just make sense. But then I think, well, actually, hang on a minute. If someone's completely new to the game, how on earth are they supposed to know, this, and that? So, Yeah, it's trying to ask myself better questions. I think what I'm going to be doing is when I do go to playtest, I'm going to have a few core questions to ask myself, just so that I can, I guess, cover all of those blind spots that I feel like I currently have as well. But that's pretty much that. Yeah, I've just been sort of working at it, and looking forward to it. Really am. I know with obviously the stuff I'm doing, there's obviously plenty of controversy with AI and AI slop, and that's totally fair. I'm just hoping that when I release the game, at least I'm hoping that if people leave negative comments and reviews, I'm hoping at least they give some level of actionable feedback, and it's not just AI slop. But yeah, we'll have to see. But looking forward to getting this game out, and hopefully you might be interested in going and actually playing the game for yourself. But yeah, with that said, that's pretty much the devlog for this week, devlog 31, and I'll catch you in the next one.